feet 6 inches tall.
That is rather tall. And we know you're from the Boston area, Mr. Wallace, and we'd like to get a sample of the dialect. So we were wondering if you would say this short little phrase for us.
On the bottom there.
No, it's supposed to be, this is incorrect. You
Oh,
understand.
it is? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, the proper phrase is park your car in Harvard Yard.
Oh, okay.
See, and that way you got a couple of yours in there, and this says the.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So you got to
I'm
be
from
with it.
Chicago
I know.
myself.
Well, actually, if you're from Chicago, you're halfway there.
Yeah.
So
New
it's
York,
sort of an
closer.
improvement. New York is even closer, right? So exactly. Well, anyway, it's park your car in Harvard Yard, and that's the way it's supposed to be said. It is the rest of the world that mispronounces those things.
Oh.
So you've got to understand it. You see, that's my old high school back in Massachusetts there. That's the banner for it.
How many people are graduating class?
330. The last one I graduated in 1979.
What are you doing over summer vacation?
What am I doing in summer vacation? Well, we're working on the school here to be sure that it opens properly. I get one month's vacation that they give me every year, and take maybe a couple of trips to Colorado or San Diego. A couple of years ago I went to Hawaii. So I get some things in.
That's nice.
Next one I'm going to take of a long distance nature in a couple of years. I hope to go to Alaska.
Ooh, that sounds like fun.
So,
That's really interesting. What did you do before you became a principal, and why did you decide to become a principal?
well, it just sort of happens. I started off social studies teacher, and in the district where I was in the east, they had to have a summer school, so I opened the summer school for them, and then I became the head of the social studies in the school district, and then I became an assistant high school principal, and then I became a principal. So it just sort of evolves. And, I really like doing it, because you get a lot of satisfaction out of seeing the kids and what they can accomplish and so on. So.
Plus you like being in charge, huh?
No, that's not so much. I mean, at first you kind of get a kick out of being the boss, but after a while it really isn't. You more try to get people to work together toward a common goal than just be a boss.
Right.
Because, it's easy enough when you're a boss to tell people to do things. It's another thing, to get them to do it. And so usually what I try to do is hire good people, and then as long as you point them in the right direction, they'll usually get the job done for you. So it isn't so much being a boss, but I get a lot of, for example, we had that senior assembly the other day, and I was really very pleased at the way the top graduates were on it. I mean, the kids at the school obviously, gave them a rounding cheer, and it was kind of nice to realize that they appreciate the top graduates in the school. Some people think schools are, are not as interested in, the students anyway, are not as interested in those things as they used to. Everybody thinks that when they went to school things were different and better and all that. And frankly, I think things are really, in terms of the total package, are better today than they were 20, 30 years ago.
Okay. What college did you graduate from?
I went to undergraduate school at Boston University. I went to graduate school at Harvard.
Harvard, huh?
And that's Harvard. See, that's Harvard Yard in the snow right there. See?
Oh.
So every so often, if it gets too hot, I just turn around and look at that, and I can psych myself that it's chilly outside.
And as a final question, do you have any inspirational words to the class of '89?
Well, I just want to say how much I appreciate them, and especially, as I said, their senior assembly the other day was really a great assembly, and the way the kids responded to the top graduates indicate that, they pretty much got their heads in the right place. And congratulations, and the best of luck. And come back and see us, but be sure to sign in so security doesn't pick you up.
That's correct. That's me. Go get my bare feet.
Okay. Are we filming?
Uh-huh.
Okay, this is Sharon Fagan, English department. And how many years have you been teaching, Miss Fagan?
How many total years?
Yeah.
This is my 17th, I think.
And have you been teaching English all this time?
English and humanities.
Humanities. What does that cover?
Well, it was humanities, slightly different from what Americans call humanities, but when I lived and taught in England, they had a course which was an integrated course based on a psychologist studies of human behavior. And it really basically included English and social studies and science and geography and geology and those kinds of things.
So the whole ball of wax.
Whole ball of wax, everything was mixed.
And what college did you graduate from?
I graduated from Arizona State University.
That's interesting. And are you originally from here, or?
Well, I came here. I came to Phoenix my freshman year in high school, so I went to high school here. But I was born and raised outside Chicago, Illinois. And then when I was in college, I got the opportunity to go to Oxford, England, for a while to the university. And so I went there for a course, and then wound up staying there for about 9 years, teaching and living.
That must have been fun.
It was great. It was terrific.
So now you have that overseas experience behind you, right?
Absolutely. Brought home an overseas husband, too.
All right. Good going. And what will you be doing this summer for vacation?
This summer I'm going to spend the first half of it in summer school up at NAU in Flagstaff. I intend to do some hiking up there, and then my husband and I are going to the wilds of Montana to stay with the moose and the bear and the beavers. So
Elk and antelope also.
that's right, elk and antelope. Trout, all kinds of things.
What's your favorite city in the world?
My favorite city in the world, Florence, Italy, Firenze.
That's a good city to be your favorite.
It really is. It's like taking a step back in time. Back in the days of Michelangelo and the Medicis and the Renaissance. That's where I'd be if I could wave my time wand.
Hopefully Frank and I will be able to go there someday and trace our ancestry.
Your ancestry, yeah, right. Francesco.
What do you have to say to the graduating seniors in the class 89?
You guys, you've done well to get this far. Good luck.
Okay, this is, what's your first name, Mr. Cash?
Robert.
Robert Cash in the
Bob.
English and Foreign Language Department, correct?
No, I don't teach any foreign languages. English to most of my students is a foreign language.
Oh, okay, I understand. And how many years have you been teaching?
I will be graduating my 11th class next week.
So you're a young one compared to everybody else we've been interviewing.
I suppose. I believe you probably interviewed
Mr.
Miss Fagan.
Olson,
She's been around a
Miss
long
Miss
time.
Beauchamp. I'm not saying that they're old, but they've been teaching much longer.
Yes, that's true. Okay.
I would
I'm glad
never
that
say
you
anything
rephrased
like
your
that.
question.
And let's see, where did you graduate from?
I graduated from the University of Wisconsin, Oshkosh.
Are you originally from Wisconsin?
I'm originally from Wisconsin, but I grew up in New Mexico
Oh, that's interesting.
on an Air Force base.
Oh,
Yes.
that makes it a lot easier to understand.
No, actually, it was very hard because there weren't a lot of fathers around. They were all overseas in Vietnam, so we had a lot of fun.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
Were you in a
didn't have
band
to, like-
once?
A band?
Yeah.
I still have a band. It's called Faux Pas. It's made up of all English teachers.
And
Yeah.
what kind of music do you
Faux
play?
pas. Lousy music. Lousy. Well, we play stuff that we write. We also play a lot of Bob Dylan. You see, us oldsters were influenced a lot by the 60s, so we still play a lot of those old people.
A lot of young people still are.
Yes, that's true. They listen to the same music that... It's interesting. They listen to music that is as old as my tastes. It's kind of interesting. But I listen to all the new stuff today. Skinny Puppy and REM and
What kind of guests do you normally bring in your classroom?
guests.
And what are
Well,
some of the guests you've brought in?
I've had a Cherokee Indian. I've had a Muslim from Afghanistan. I've had a man from Jordan. Who else? I've had some pretty strange people come into my classes. I can't recall right off the top of my head. I've had criminals come in and talk about their past. Of course, they were all former students, so...
Former students of yours.
Yes, I used to teach in the inner city, and I've had some pretty interesting stories over the years.
What would you like to say this year's graduating class?
This year's graduating class. Well, let's see if they graduate first. Some excellent people, nice kids, good writers, fantastic musicians. I have a lot of hope for the future. Of course, the sophomores are another story. I think it'll take us 2 more years to teach them some manners. Although I was a sophomore once too. I think that's
Long.
a long time ago, Mike. like about, 17 or 18 years ago. Just think, you'll get there too someday, Frank. One of these days, somebody's going to be poking a camera in your face and asking you candid questions.
17, yeah.